My name is Erika Williams. I'm an international arbitration practitioner at McCullough Robertson in Australia. I understand that the Bali International Arbitration Mediation Centre provides support for both arbitration and mediation practitioners. However, my topic today will focus primarily on arbitration, as that is my area of practice. My top tip for young lawyers is to create your own personal brand and to do so as early as possible. In my view, there are at least 3 ways in which you can do this. When I was a very young lawyer, I was told to publish on topics of interest in my area. So if you're at a firm, you can do this by publishing on the firm blog or in other firm publications. And this is a really easy way to, for example, put out a case note on a case that has come down in the area of arbitration. There are other blogs such as the Young ICA blog and the McCullough Arbitration blog, which are widely read by practitioners in the field. There are also some various arbitration journals that you could submit papers to, such as the Asian Journal of International Arbitration, the Journal of International Arbitration published by McCullough, or the International Journal of Arbitration, Mediation and Dispute Management published by the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. The websites for these various journals have your submission guidelines and who to contact if you'd like to make a submission. Another option for publishing is in various industry journals, such as I think there is an Indonesian mining journal, or I've recently published an article in the Australian Resources and Energy Law Journal. And these are good for potential clients who have in-house counsel who might read these journals. The second way in which I would suggest that you can create a name for yourself is networking. And I think one of my colleagues has already spoken on this topic in this forum. There are many arbitration groups specifically for young lawyers. The Chartered Institute of Arbitrators has a young member group, which I understand has an East Asia branch, which covers Indonesia and has an Indonesian chapter. There's Hong Kong 45 or Akika 45, which is the Australian Centre for International Commercial Arbitration group for practitioners who are aged 45 years or under, although I understand that that age limit is not strictly enforced. There's also Young Arbitral Women Practitioners as a group. I am a director of Arbitral Women, and the Young Arbitral Women Practitioners have a variety of support programs for young arbitral women practitioners. And also law society committees aimed at young professionals. For example, in New South Wales, there's New South Wales Young Lawyers, and I used to be the chair of the International Law Committee there. By becoming an active member of these types of groups, you also increase your opportunity to be asked to speak on panels at events, and you're in the know about any activities going on. In regards to networking more broadly, you may think that COVID-19 has reduced our networking opportunities, which I would admit that it has in some respects. However, it has also opened our opportunities up to be truly global. Since the pandemic, I have embraced the time zone differences to take the opportunity to connect with people who I know who I don't necessarily get to speak to very often. So for my colleagues in London, for example, they could have a coffee at the start of the day at say 8:30, 9 a.m. Well, I might like to have a glass of wine at the end of the day whilst we have a Zoom catch up. I think this has been fantastic in giving us access to practitioners around the world. For example, we can log in now to webinars happening constantly. Almost daily, I think there's webinars on arbitration that I see. The only limit to our participation in these webinars now is whether you want to be attending a webinar at 7 o'clock on a Friday evening or at 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And the last way I think that you could create a name for yourself is by participating in professional competitions, such as essay or Moot competitions. I honestly think that by participating in these competitions, you truly demonstrate your passion for the field. So, for example, the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Young Members Group has invited anyone under 40 to participate in its essay writing competition. This year's competition invites participants to prepare a procedural order and explanatory note in relation to virtual hearings. There is still time to enter, with the deadline being the 1st of October. Winning a competition such as this would really put you on the arbitration map. In Australia, there is also an annual Chartered Institute of Arbitrators International Commercial Arbitration Moot that is run in conjunction with the New South Wales Young Lawyers International Law Committee, which welcomes students and lawyers in their first 5 years of practice to compete in Moot in teams of 2. And we've welcomed over the past few years teams from overseas. There are various prizes available in this Moot competition, so the opportunity to be recognised as a leader in your field is greater. I understand there are similar opportunities to participate in Moots in Indonesia and other countries in the Asia Pacific region. So to recap, my top tip is to create a name for yourself. And you can do this by publishing, networking, and participating in competitions. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you.